Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to put out a quick video to let you know that I have finally finished writing my own lab manual to go along with my online tutorials. So this lab manual, coupled with tutorials 1 through 13, will give you a complete foundational chemistry course. That would be equivalent to either a 1 year of regular high school chemistry or 1 quarter or semester of a foundational college chemistry course. So I wrote this with homeschooling families in mind. So this is really geared towards the homeschooling families. That means that I've kept the equipment to a minimum. I don't think you need to go buy a bunch of expensive equipment to do a foundational chemistry course. And I've also made it so that all of the chemicals that you need are things that you can easily find at your local grocery store. In fact, you probably have most of them, if not all of them, in your kitchen right now. It also means that everything's pretty easy to set up, the labs are pretty easy to execute, and there's not going to be any hazardous waste or highly hazardous materials for you to worry about. So very homeschool friendly. You can find my lab manual from my website, chemwithamanda.com. You will find a tab at the top of my homepage that says Lab Manual. You click on that and it will take you to a link to purchase my lab manual for $19.99. And I'm going to tell you what that's going to get you. That's going to get you obviously the blank lab manual for your student, with everything blank for them to fill in, collecting all their data, working all their calculations out, and completing all their concept questions to make sure that they really understood the lab. It is also going to get you access to the full solution key. So all of the answers, there we go, all of the answers to all of the concept questions, all of the calculations are worked out. I also did the labs all myself and filled in all the data as I went. So you will also see my data that I collected when I did each lab experiment. Now note that your student is going to be collecting their own data, and so those numbers are not going to be the same as mine. They may be similar, but they're not going to be the same as mine. But this can come in really handy when you get to later labs where there's a lot of calculations and they start to get pretty complicated. So if your student gets stuck, you can help them out, or maybe they can even use this to kind of figure out where they went wrong and what they need to do to get the answer. All right, in addition to that, you will also get access to a short parent guide that I wrote to accompany the lab manual. And this guide will tell you what equipment I think you need to purchase, because it is a chemistry course. You do need some equipment. The students do need to learn how to use, graduated cylinders and things like that. So it will tell you what equipment I really do highly recommend you purchase. And we're not talking about a lot of expensive equipment. I think it would probably run you about $50 to purchase all the equipment here. And some of it you may even have, like a funnel in your kitchen. You maybe already have that. It also will give you some helpful hints for each experiment. So experiment 1, experiment 2, I've written some helpful hints for setting up those experiments and helpful hints just to make sure that they go smoothly for you and your student. So for example, in experiment 1, they're making ice cream. They're going to be using their thermometer. So I talk a little bit here about partial immersion thermometer versus the full immersion thermometer, how to tell which one you have. Doesn't matter which one you have, neither's right or wrong. It's just that the way that you use them is slightly different. And so I cover that here. So little bits of information like that are included in the parent guide. So hopefully you will find my lab manual helpful, help you to create a complete foundational chemistry course for your homeschooling students. Thank you very much for tuning in, and hopefully you can give me a like on my video.